Let's have another go. Anyone to think we're using Skype tonight at home? Joel joins us from his home in Geelong. There you go, Joel. As we welcome you in, how would the players get their heads around, and how do you feel personally about the idea of 6 to 8 weeks in a hub somewhere outside of Melbourne playing footy this year?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me first, guys. It's to be honest, it's the first I've heard of it. Only tonight that it was reported, but it's something that we will have to just roll with the times. I think it's one of those things this year. I mean, I'm of the state where I don't have kids and a family to look after back home, so the move for me is a little bit more simple than what it is for a few other guys, but I'm sure clubs will work through whatever they need to, whether, guys only be in that situation for like maybe a 2-3 week period and then come back home, or there's plenty of plans, I'm sure, being put in place.
Well, they're also looking, Joel, at extending the bench, and that hasn't been ruled out yet. What about the 4-day break? Are you happy with that? Playing, for example, say 6 games with 4 or 5 day breaks?
Well, I would have been more happy if I was 24 and trying to do it than 31, but it's going to be a challenge. We understand that we're going to have to use a majority of our list size this year. And the challenge with that is having them all ready, because we do have guys that are in that development stage that Lloydie was speaking about before. It's you haven't got everyone on your list right now to play games, but you might be in a position where you do have to play them.
Where do you sit on the possibility of lists being cut, Joel? We've heard from your coach who says it's a good idea. We've heard from your teammate that says no. What's your opinion?
We're going to war, aren't we, at the moment down here? But it's the one thing. Look, we don't know how far this year is how long the year's going to take, to be honest. So, if we're playing footy right up until December, and then we have to start again in March, I'm for one to keep the list sizes as big as what we can, understanding that funding will be an issue, and then over a period of time, we will have to cut them back. I do understand that. But for our guys right now, it's trying to get them to realise that might be a possibility, and that they might not have that much time in the game to really impress who they need to.
Hey, Joel, we're all fascinated by how AFL players can prepare, hopefully when we get back playing in around 2 to 3 months' time. And there's a discussion between Kane Cornes and also Mitch Robinson yesterday. I just want to play it and then get your opinion on it.
I'd be surprised if more than 50% of AFL players are regularly kicking an AFL.
That is unbelievable.
I'm kicking it with my roommate, pretty much, Kadeen Coleman, but I was listening before, and I'd agree with you on the 50% thing. We run 3 times a week, you do our weights 3 times a week, and we have a kick just after a run.
Hey, Joel, I would call it unprofessional if players aren't kicking the footy consistently. What are you doing in your preparation in terms of your ball skills?
Yeah, well, we have to understand that everyone is different, and I'm one, a real self-motivator that I love kicking the footy. I love going out for a run and love exercising. I'm sure, just like Kane did and still does, from what I see and read. But not every player is like that too, and we've got a few on our list that, it may come to that stage where if they're not ready to go at the right time, then it might hurt them. So we've got to give them a great understanding of what's happening in the footy world right at the moment, and that for their own good, if they want to be a part of what's the club and footy going forward, then they got to sort of up their professionalism a bit.